All right, this is continuing my documentation of Deluxe.com. All right. So Deluxe Corporation, i.e. Deluxe.com, i.e. NYSE DLX, all right, is just this invalid URL, their entire website, since over 2 months now. Okay, and just to like verify things, you can go to the Nasdaq, you can type in DLX, and you can wait for it. So it's good. All right. Deluxe Corporation. All right, like they're still trading at around $1 billion market cap. Here it is, market cap, just over $1 billion. All right, you can go all the way down. You can Deluxe.com just brings you back to this invalid website. So this is definitely their official website. All right, they trade on the New York Stock Exchange and also the Nasdaq. All right, they're regulated by the SEC as a public company. All right, that you're supposed to be able to go to their website and like see who the management is, and like there's a whole list of required public disclosures. But you just get this invalid website. Now, if you go to the Wayback Machine, the website disappeared probably October 1st. I've been saying October 1st everywhere because probably the Wayback Machine, it comes, it sees there's an invalid URL, and it at first decides just to come back later, and only after enough days will it snapshot the error message, which it does, right? So there is snapshotted. All right, well, it takes a bit of time, but the point is all of these are just this broken URL. There you go. It's another one. I'll just do one more. Like maybe this one. I'll take one at random. Eeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. Let's do this one. So yeah, the point is definitely doesn't exist, but you can go back to September 30th, right? And here we go. Yeah, there we go. Like, so on September 30th, the website was this whole giant corporate website. And look at just how much this company does already. Like, first, it's a payment processing company, right, that I encounter in the course of a money laundering investigation, because one of their vice presidents that appears on money laundering, I was already investigated as a victim of this giant money laundering scheme between Africa and Europe mostly, but there's plenty of other countries already involved, like Myanmar. And then this mysterious Ryan G contacts me. And then he motivates me to go through all the evidence again. And I finally find one of the positive ID, one of the emails and some of the evidence, which connects to this guy, which connects to this Deluxe Corporation. So that's the only reason I encountered Deluxe Corporation, is by following threads of a money laundering investigation. So not a good sign that it's a payments processing company writing like their historical business is printing checks. And then but look how much like send payments, accept payments, manage payments, market to the right audience, because and the reason I would speculate they combine payment processing with a bit of marketing, a bit of branding, brand my business, is because they have these little subunits like to create fake companies, right? So they have this company as a sort of master company, and then they can use this company little units in this company that they make just for the purpose of like creating the branding and stuff for fake companies that that are also needed to launder money. So just like look at all what they do. They have a monitor banking performance. Like they have this these tools for banks. Get equipped with a financial reporting tool that helps you understand your bank's total financial picture. Like they're in banks. Solutions, Deluxe receivables. They have these lock boxes, an e-lock box, I guess an actual lock box, remote deposit capture, whatever that is. Payables, right? They got these checks, e-checks, Deluxe payment exchange, the check program. They got merchant service, payment processing reporting, omni-channel payment, terminal and devices. Like there's some, right? They got these devices out there to process card payments. Whatever these are, remote scanner program, item processing and case management, trips. The Deluxe marketing, live events, business triggers, consumer data, marketing agency support, business data, credit card data and triggers. They got the banker's dashboard, so if you're a banker, you can like log in and understand your bank's financial picture. They got the Deluxe brand center. And what? Maybe they got rid of it already. No, financial institutions. There it is. Treasury banking. They have some sort of like treasury management service, retail banking, look like treasury banking, retail banking, large enterprises. Because they do this, it doesn't say here, I don't think, but elsewhere they have this like anti-fraud technology that goes into banks. They service the government, apparently, energy and utilities, insurance, the small business size. They got this whole thing for developers to like access their things. And then they got all this other stuff. But and then there's the claims that they make, right? Over 3 trillion in payments volume annually. And that's interesting. Like let's look at their competitors like PayPal. Right, PayPal market cap is 86 billion. Stripe market cap is 65 billion. Block market cap also doing transactions, 56 billion. And like Stripe, right, Stripe does 1 trillion in payment processing. And is worth what was it, like 50 billion, right? So they're worth 50 times more, and they're doing 3 times less than Deluxe, which is doing 3 trillion in payment processing annually. They even spell it out for us here, 15% of the US GDP. So what's their business model where they're doing 3 times more but somehow worth 50 times less, and which would be like their value add is 200 times less than Stripe, right? It just doesn't really make any business sense. Anyways, then you can go around their business page, and then if they're doing 3 trillion, is this really the clients that you'd put forward first if you're doing 3 trillion in processing, like the human rights campaigns, the Vets Index, the Nielsen Report, Newsweek? Well, they are Disability Equality Index. Anyway, so it's just crazy, but back office bank service. So as crazy as all the stuff they're doing, they got there's not mentioned in the news that their whole website disappeared, right? They say they have up here 3 million in businesses. Our solutions connect 3 million small businesses, 4,000 financial institutions across the world, 3 trillion in payment volume annually. How do you do this sort of business and then your website just disappears? There's no Reddit threads, there's no Facebook. I've not found any single mention other than myself of this business entirely disappearing for over 2 months now. And you can also go to their Facebook, which is kind of funny. Actually, and let's go from, I think we can connect from it here, I believe. Yeah. Right, so just to get the right, so we're sure we got the right Facebook. Just Deluxe, as we would expect. They got their whole Facebook. You can go to their Twitter, right? They just go back to all their main links. Just go back to, then they got LinkedIn. But like their main, oh yeah, I've got to appeal. But we can go on, let's see here. We can get into Chrome. There we go. All right, so yeah, Twitter is just, this account doesn't exist, right? Like what like even a small tiny business would be like, would at least get rid of the link to their Twitter page if it ceases to exist. And then yeah, and then these links, Shop Deluxe, like how are they making business if you can't shop, if you can't go to their main website? Like what was on their Twitter account that they needed to delete their entire Twitter account? And then like the Facebook, because it's also just funny, like six likes. Oh well, there's a heart this time, because before it was like it was just this one. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Let's see if we can get it back. It was just one like. Oh, now there's 2 likes, but before there was just 1 like, and they got 77,000 followers, right? Like, so what's happened to their whole like? Does this person exist? And some of it's really, really funny. Yeah, well, maybe I'll make a Facebook account to go through these things, but it's just like, just looks like it's invented by AI. They have this, anyways. It doesn't really matter compared to all this other stuff, but it's just little hilarious details on their Facebook page. Right, and Deluxe Corporation responsible for this page. So like, how is it possible that this whole company just disappears like overnight, right? And there's SEC requirements, as I mentioned, but mainly the thing is, like, if you have just like, if you're serving this many people and your website disappears, people want to know, like, if their products are still coming, if the services are still working, if they should change, right? There'd be all sorts of social media activity about what to do, like how to contact customer service. Most notably, there'd be like recognition of the fact on their Facebook page, like, we're redoing our website. Like, if there was some legitimate explanation for why their website disappeared, they'd explain it, right? If there was some business reason, like if they just didn't need all this to do business, right? Like, and you can't, like, interesting, like, do have like Deluxe checks. You can get to their, checks by Deluxe, right? So you might be like, okay, well, maybe they're still doing business on these other websites. But it's like, okay, order your checks. Just comes back to this working website. So it's like none of this business is being done anymore. And they're like a thin margin. Like, if you go into their financials, they're like a thin margin company. And just to give you an idea of like, weirdly, there's these parts of their website still work. These subdomains, the investor subdomain still works. So you can go in, but governments, leadership, board of directors. This is like SEC required information. Oh no, you can't know. But you can know, like, financials, the quarterly results. Like, their website doesn't even exist, but they still have Let's see, presentations. Yeah, like they still have all of this. Like these people, like, and yeah, you can just go like, the revenue 437, like, right, and if you go into their margins, I'll go through all this in more detail later, but like net income, here you go, like 8.9 million. So it's not like they're sitting on like hundreds of billions of dollars in cash and could just like get rid of their website as like a flex to the market of some sort, which you've never heard of anybody doing because it's dumb. Like it's not a flex that you would do. Just get rid of your website and then open yourself to first, a lot of confusion, like that is easily dealt with by simply having a website. But second, fines from the SEC for not publicly disclosing a whole bunch of information. Like this is a publicly traded company. They have all sorts of public disclosure requirements, such as who their board is, which you can't know about. So there's this, but just like, how does this company not, like, they got their reports, they got SEC filings. Oh yeah, the SEC filings are also interesting, because they have all these, they keep on giving stock to random executives at $0. Like there's a whole bunch of these. So this is number of shares, 6,000. So like times that by like 23 of the current share price. So something like $20,000, I guess. There's a whole bunch of these. And then strangely, they have a new chief accountant who joins. I'll get this into another. I'll make a more thorough presentation of everything I found, but just to summarize some key points, they have this new chief accountant that joins and starts October 1st, the same day that the whole website disappears. Now, if you're like if you're joining a firm as chief accountant, is that going to give you confidence that the whole website disappears, right? And like, how do like people working at the company not know that the website doesn't exist anymore? Like, so I'm honestly worried that, like, I don't see why she would be part of the scheme, like this criminal scheme, before joining. So my worry is that they get her to join, to then kill her and then use her name, maybe use copy her voice, with AI tools, even like her face. You could do Zoom calls, like you could like just get an accountant, kill them, and then be able to use their name. Because like a lot of these papers, right, there has to be certain qualifications to sign different documents. So the chief accountant is kind of like important in terms of filing paperwork. And then they're which we can go all back to the Nasdaq to know the latest news. Okay, yeah, like, and there's always like this analysis. Like, who's doing this analysis? Like, is DLX stock undervalued right now? Like, they don't even have a website. Like, who does an analysis of a company, not even go to their website? Right? It's not noted anywhere that they have no net website. Yeah, and a lot of it is done by this Zacks company. But then, 400 million of senior notes. So their website disappears for over a month. Then suddenly they need 400 million in senior notes, which they then like later upsizes. They upsized their note offering. So they need that first. They need the November 18th. They need 400 million in senior notes, and then the next day, they got to upsize to this offering. Like it's just bizarre language. And I think like there's always like it's going to 35. Like their stock is at 20 something, and like I think at this time it was maybe like at 19, and it's going to go to 38, 35. Like, who's doing this analysis? And they don't have a website when all this analysis is published. Like their website disappears end of September. So here, October 22nd, so 3 weeks into not having a website, there's analysis of this company, Deluxe Narrows, like, I don't know, it could be all like AI generated. But it's just weird. I don't see the chief accountant, but there's a chief accountant that joins, and then they're raising 400 million. They also mention that they're like renegotiating their 500 million in credit line. So that's all. I just wanted to do this little update, and it's just like, I've started, I think over a week ago, started to tweet and publish on my LinkedIn that this company doesn't exist and is definitely a front for laundering money, and that they don't even have a website, and they still don't have a website. At least they're worth slightly less now. All right, I'll be back maybe tomorrow with some more thorough analysis of all the details and like how I connect this company that doesn't have a website to the money laundering in West Africa and Europe. So hopefully maybe I get that done tomorrow.